in computer science engineering, and I'll be pursuing computer science in future. This is still something I'm really very interested about, and I would love to pursue this as a career as well. And to end the speech, I would like to say to all those people who have huge dreams, try dreaming about a tiny house as well. Thank you so much.
That was great, Aparajita. And if anyone wants to check out any tiny houses in the lockdown, you can head on to you and type. So next, we conclude with this session. So let me ask you, what does it mean to be human? Okay, no, this is not a Salman Khan charity campaign, but seriously, what makes us different? Now, since that is something philosophers have pondered over for ages, and since statistically most of those philosophers are no more, let's hold on to our mortality and power of our creativity. Think, what would you change in our history if you had the power? For example, I would ask Caesar to not trust Brutus. Anyone from the audience? If they could change anything in our history and they had the power.
This year, definitely.
Definitely. Anyone else?
Hello, I would request Alexander to not return back to Greece.
That's another good one. One last one. Is there any guests? Any more? One more guest? Anyone from the tag? Anyone from anyone else? Nishant?
It's a tough one. I'll have to ponder all night now.
Okay.
To put a worm in my mind.
Okay, let's move on. Moving on to our next session, which will be the table topics. Now, this will display our innate desire to display the enormity of our creative potential. So, the table topics, preside over the table topics master. She is a third year ECE student. She's a great storyteller and can sing and dance. Basically, she can give Bollywood a run for its money. Over to you, table topic master Shirisha.
Hi, I'm Shirisha from third year EC, and today I will be your table topics master. So firstly, I will tell you what is table topic masters and what is its importance. So table topic helps members to practice the art of improvisation, and also it helps us to think above our feet. This helps us to develop four vital communication skills like listening, thinking, organizing, and delivering. In the table topic, everyone has the speaking opportunity. Even the guests can participate. I hope everyone gives a shot. I may randomly call anyone to participate, or you can voluntarily come up. I will tell you about the timings. You have 2 minutes to speak. Timer flashes green card at 1 minute, yellow at 1.3 minutes, and red at 2 minutes. So you'll have 2 minutes to speak. And there will not be any announcement saying that your time is up. So please pin the timers onto your screen so that you can wrap up your speech. So then let's begin. So who will be the first volunteer? So now the first task is you will have some pictures so that I will show you the picture and you people must speak about it, like what you feel about it. So who will be the first volunteer? Anyone, guys? So shall I pick up? Shall I pick anybody?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
To start,
okay.
to get the momentum going.
So the first picture.
Can you talk about this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the evolution of all the devices we use to communicate. First, it's the normal telephone, the old grandfather telephones. Then we have the indestructible Nokia brick. And then we have the cool flip phones, which with Motorola flip phones with better games. And then we have the all consuming, the all destroying thing we have in our lives called smartphones. Now, one thing they have in common, they let us speak, yes. But the last one, it's a demon. What happens is we will keep on looking at it, that one day when my friend asks, what does an eye look like? I couldn't answer him. It had been ages since I saw a person's eyes. And he told me there were colors as well. All I knew was the new colors on the new iPhone. Now, talking about the older ones, these ones were great. You could take it, you could hang it to another place and use it as a cloth hanger. And it was also very fun because then you had to take the whole thing, plug it in to talk to your friends at night. And I think we should go back to the past. That's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jovin. That was such a nice. You said everything about the phones, mobiles. So next, any volunteer? It's a very easy picture. The next one is. So anybody can come up. Shall I pick anybody? Oh, okay, Harsh. Harsh, you want to speak?
Sure, sure.
Okay.
Nishan, would you be? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. All right, okay. So I see a man who is crafting pots in a hut. All right, all right, okay. So to begin with, there was this person that I knew quite well, a friend who was like a brother to me. He once fell in love with this beautiful girl. He thought he would marry her and all that stuff, but then she went off, she left him off, she cut him loose. This guy, to freshen up his mind, went out to a nearby village up on the hills, on the mountains, stayed there for a couple of years, no connectivity, nothing else. He came back after 2 years looking like this Baba, right here, all beard grown up, all hair grown out, right? Then he said to me that, dude, I've developed this new habit, a new hobby of making pots, and I am really good at it. And I'm like, sure, man, you can, do this as a full-time job, or you can pursue this over here with all the connections that you might have. I have a couple of vendors I can hook you up with, right? This guy, from where he is in this photo right now, in the next couple of years, he went on to become a much more bigger person with, obviously he's well groomed now, and he's not in love with anyone. So that is a good thing, so that he'll not go back over there. Right. So yeah, that's the story of this man. Let's not name him. Let's say him ABC for confidentiality purposes. And other than that, yeah, that's it. That's all what I have to say about this photo. Back to you, TTO.
Thank you, Harsh. So we went from history to love story. Wow, it was really good. And now we want two people. So let's make a debate for 2 minutes. So anybody? I will show you the picture, and you see the picture, and you can have a debate. Like two people, one for again, like people like for history and against history. So anybody? Any two people? The picture will be displayed on the.
Yes, I'd like to go.
Okay, Krishna, and one more.
Debates. I'll show them the
Yeah.
hell.
And the next one.
I did not.
Any girl can come.
I'll go.
Oh yeah, okay.
Go.
So the picture is So one can speak for the above picture and one for the next one. Which is the best?
You can pick. I'll just take the other.
Oh, ladies first, huh?
Yes,
I'll go
yes.
with party culture. I'll go with the recent one.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah.
Okay, so do you want me to say I should speak for party culture?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I think you're supposed to speak for party and I'm supposed to speak for
Okay, cool,
whatever that
cool.
is.
Krishna,
Okay.
don't fight.
All right. So party culture, not like I am a particular party animal or anything like that, but a party can always be a get together. It can be a get together with family. It can be for friends. It can be random people that you can meet at a night. And as Harsh told that one of his friends probably got heartbroken at one of these party culture parties. So why I would say parties are good is that it's one place where you can let yourself loose. It is one place where you can pretend to be another person just for that one night. You can meet someone that you probably have never seen in your life and then just forget about them the next day. It's a place where you could probably find yourself or lose yourself. So it's up to you. It's up to
Oh, yeah.
what you're trying to put up your uh, facade for that particular day.
Yes, yes.
And
So about, okay, okay. Are you done?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, about that, what of all the things that you just said now, what makes sense? What would be profitable? Why would you go to someone, meet someone just to forget them for the next day? If I meet someone, I would want to know them for the rest of my life. Only if if they're that valuable to me, and if they do hold that much value, I would not want to just have one night with them. I would want to spend days and hours, a lot of time playing with them. And the other point is, you said it's a place where we can discover ourselves. Yes, we can, but to what extent? Would it be? It can be good. You can get know what you are, but is that valid? What if you're bad?
Okay.
What? Because
So what if I'm bad?
won't
What if I'm bad? But what if, how can you
yes,
discover
yes.
yourself playing Ludo? Or how can you discover
No, that's not.
yourself
I don't think that's Ludo.
playing, you don't play Ludo. I'm just talking about the picture. There's somebody playing a board game. How can you
Okay.
possibly have a conversation while you're having a board game?
Oh
What if
wait.
you're meeting
Oh,
someone new?
conversations are done, my friend.
I'm
A
having
game of chess
conversation with you right
with
now.
a single game of chess with a single, yeah, we're not partying right now, right? We're having a
I'm not playing
decent
chess with you
debate
right now, right?
with this with a single game of chess. You can know about the person more than, I think with a single game of chess you will know more about what that person is and what that person
Acha.
can hold value to you with compared to like 5 parties or 6
Yes.
parties.
How valuable
That
he
makes more
is to
sense.
the Indian army.
Yes, he or she
Because
is.
he's to the Indian army,
No,
not to
no, no,
me.
not he or she is doing the. I'm not. No, 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 no. I'm not talking about the person's value. I'm talking about the person's character and how it values to you. You can get to know if the person is good or bad, or how his thought process is, how his
Okay,
character
so
is.
so yeah,
But
character is because
think
if I
about it.
use my
No,
rook
no.
to kill three
In a
pawns, I am nice.
no,
But if
no,
I
no,
leave
no,
your
no,
queen, I'm
no,
not
no, no.
nice.
A game of chess is not always just the game of chess. It's about the people. It's about the two people playing. And parties. Come on, let's be honest. You just said it is one night where we can be ourselves and try to explore. So if you're trying to explore new ways, how will that valid out like you finding yourself? Aren't you like contradicting yourself by saying I can be someone else for that one night? But then
I
how will
said
you
you
know
can
if
be someone else. I said that it's one night where you can be yourself or someone else, depending on the situation, how shady
also
the
why?
place is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
and so if you okay, so, and if you and I are at a party and you pretend for one night, let's just say I'm one of these
Oh,
someone
Krishna, I'll
else
definitely
and
talk to you in a
you
party.
come
Why
to
not?
the party,
Timer, can you
you're a
please
good
check the time?
person. No. Yeah, I talk to you. I get to know
It's
you're a
way
good
over
kind of
time.
person.
Yeah, it's way over time.
Is that just an image? Yeah, I don't know.
Come, Krishna, we'll play chess
Good
together
stuff.
and you find out who I am.
Yes. No. Let's go on a bike
Back to the
ride.
TTM, guys. Back to
Pretend
the
to
TTM.
find out who we are.
Oh,
Stuff.
okay. Now I want one volunteer and I will ask you about something and you will have to say me. I will ask you about a beautiful experience. So anybody? I want a volunteer first. Anybody?
I can take it up.
Okay. So okay, as we get older, the past seems to be more exciting because we don't have it anymore. So tell me something, like anything which you recall from the future of your life, like the first of your life. Any experience about your past?
Okay, so just want to clarify, I need to imagine something from my future and then connect it to the present.
No, yeah, yeah, you can connect, you can tell something about your past, the beautiful experience which you have,
Okay.
some good experience.
From my childhood, I have always been a kind of a boy who rarely cares what happens to the person in front of me. But there was one person in my life who I used to like really care for, one of my friend, and he doesn't stay with me because he shifted to some other place, but he's still alive. That's a different thing. So I always used to respect him a lot. And when I was on the verge of moving out of the city, uh, he was like devastated, and he didn't talk to me, and I was really pained by the way he was behaving. So today, if I see and I recollect, and in this busy schedule, we hardly have time for any people. Like, yes, we break hearts, we are arrogant to many people, we make sure that we prove ourselves correct, but how many people are there for whom we actually care? How many people do we spend time with? Fun time, fighting time? Very rarely. We have time on WhatsApp to comment on status updates or probably get into an argument without even apologizing. But have we asked ourselves one thing? Are we thinking about those people with whom we really had those golden moments? I really crave for that time with my friend. He stays far away from me. He's in United States. Problem is I cannot go to United States now. Recently I had a conversation and we spent almost like a couple of hours talking to each other. Probably those memories were cherished to the most. But when he was there with me, I really thought that there might be one day wherein I will miss him so much. And yes, that day came to me. And I really felt that friend should have been there with me. Over to you, Titian.
Thank you, Parish, and thank you. And over to you.
Thank you, Shidisha. Thank you for all those wonderful table topics. Moving on to the next session of the meeting, the evaluation of the prepared speeches. I would like to call upon TM Parish to conduct the evaluation session for the first speaker.
Jabin, you need to call the general evaluator.
Okay. Sorry for the error. I call upon the general evaluator for the to conduct the evaluation session for the speakers.
Thank you, Dobin. Thank you. I'll not give brownies to you next time. So, all right. So this was a great meeting, guys. We had a lot of fun in the table topic section, and the prepared speeches were quite informative. Now I'd like to call upon our first speech evaluator to give his evaluation on the speaker one. TM Parish, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmasters. Me, Marwadis, and myths. I being from the city of Belgaum, I have a very close connection with Marwadis because there is a huge Marwadi community in Belgaum. Like we have streets filled with Marwadi shops and people like talking only in the name of business. Like there were times wherein we used to say like if we go to a Marwadi friend, The conversation will start with hi, hello, and it would end with like, do you have any plans of investment? So those were the times wherein we used to have some casual talks with my Marwadi friends. And Toastmaster Tarun literally revisited those memories of mine. Ghee, for sure, yes, it's a patented dish in Marwadi's food. And food itself is a big thing when it comes to the Marwadi community. We also used to like seldomly talk about them being misers and protecting their wealth, but the reason has been properly explained by Toastmaster Tarun today. Going ahead, I felt that the story that you brought in of how exactly you were determined of becoming a computer science engineer and the way you left your family business back, that actually showed some sort of a determination in you to pursue your dreams. And it was conveyed in a really good manner. Now, with these few good points, there are some points which you can probably work on and fine tune your speech next time. Try challenging yourselves with a proper structure of opening, body, and conclusion. As of now, the speech that you have scripted is can be put forth in the form of points like first point, second point, third point, fourth point, fifth point. Have a structure to it, probably a narration in the form of a story, what makes people think about it, how do you all actually prove yourselves correct, and how is it getting impacted in your own life or you're practicing those things. Marwadis are known to be businessmen, but I actually thought that you would give some explicit information on Marwadis being businessmen. You could have given examples of Lakshmi Mittal, Kiran Majumdar Shaw, or probably many others who have reached that ladders, so that the kind of a typical Marwadi image could have been overshadowed. Most importantly, I felt you had 7 minutes 30 seconds and the content could had been much more, but it was just cut short to almost like 4 minutes 30 seconds speech. Probably you can bring upon much more content, work on the flow, and you can try restructuring the speech, and I'm very sure that your speech will reach new heights. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Parish. Thank you for that lovely evaluation. That was great. Yes, I do agree with you. And the way you followed the evaluation process, I loved it. The way you encouraged him, and you also did follow the 3 stone where we encouraged the person, the speaker, and then we asked him to take up the new challenges in the next meeting. Is you did encourage the speaker. Well, then I just request you next time to kindly just set up your camera at one place so that your hand movements and all could be seen pretty clearly. This time there was just a little bit of delay in that. Other than that, it was great. Moving on to our next speech evaluator, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Manvi to give her report.
Am I audible?
Yes, Manvi, you are audible.
Okay. Congratulations, Aprajita, for completing your level 1 project 2. A tiny dream, quite an appropriate title for your story. There are 3 things that I really liked about your speech. First thing, you had a proper structure. There was a proper opening, body, and conclusion. You started with the ideal house description and then you moved on how you wanted to be an architect and were fascinated by tiny house movements. And then later you told everyone that dream all you want, but think about tiny houses as well. So there was a structure to your speech. Good job on that. Second thing, the description of details. It was very easy to follow your story the way you described everything. You said in a long hall, take 2 steps forward, you see the stairs, then you see a loft, and from there you can see the sky. So it was very easy to picture that. It was very easy to paint a picture. Good job on that. Third thing was your delivery. In your delivery, your pace was good because it was very easy to follow your story. You had the right pace. So these were the things that I felt were the strong points of your speech. To challenge yourself further, I have 3 areas of improvements for you: 2 short term and 1 you can improvise on the long term. First thing, I noticed that while you were giving your speech, you were looking constantly towards the left in the middle. So you kind of lost the eye contact, which because of which you were not able to connect with the audience. In that case, just keep your speech open on the laptop and refer to it whenever required. Second thing was your transition from body to conclusion. Your transition from opening to body was smooth, but body to conclusion, you said you wanted to be an architect, and then later you said now you are in now you've taken up computer science. Why did you take up computer science when you wanted to be an architect? That part of the story is a little unclear. So maybe you can add some points on that. Third thing, which is an improvement that you can work on in long term, is voice modulation. I'll give you an example. In the beginning, you were talking about your ideal house description. So you could have shown some excitement. You could have played with the highs and lows of the voice when you were talking about your ideal house description. Then you said that this is not the way I want my house to be. I want a tiny house. So you could have used the highs and lows of the voice to make it more I mean, you could have connected more with the audience if you would have included some voice modulation in your speech. Overall, a very, very good attempt. And I'm really glad that I know how you were terrified before taking up the speech. So kudos to you on doing it. Just inculcate these areas of improvements and you will be good to go. Congratulations. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Manu. Thank you. That was a very well structured evaluation. You started with the goods, then you added up the bads, and you added up how she can improve on it. Great kudos, your body language, your delivery, all of them were good. I have no complaints with the part of your delivery and your evaluation. Moving on, I would like to call upon my tag team to present with their evaluation reports. So first of all, let's call upon the R counter.
Hi,
Mission, the stage is all yours.
bro.
Yeah.
I'm audible.
Yes. Yes, you're audible, Mission.
Yeah. With regarding first session, speaker 1, I found like crunch words of 3 and repeating words of 4. Hello.
Yes,
You're
Mission,
audible.
you're audible.
Go on.
Yeah. And with second speaker, the crunch words of 4 and repeating words 3 and unnecessary pauses like 3. With coming to the second session, the table topics, I lost myself in the conversation between Krishna and grammarian Rakshanan. I was not able to count that, but Krishna has gave 1 or 2 unnecessary pauses, and Rakshanan has 3 crunches. That's all. Thank you, Josh.
All right. That was quite crisp, that what you had there. I just have one suggestion for you, is that next time when you take up the role of an accounter, like have a page ready where you can, note down. It's not necessary for you to spell out everything that a person has used, such as the CRPF. You don't need to recite them differently. You can just say that this person has used so and so this many number of CRPF. So as in that and there, they can improve on that next time. So just this one little suggestion and you're good to go. Next up is the grammarian. Rakshanda, the stage is all yours.
Hi guys. It was really, really good, and it was a pleasure to listen to all your amazing speeches. There was one word I liked that Tarun used, miser, not used in daily language. That was really good. And thank you for bringing out the enormity of my hunger today, Tarun Jain, for reminding me that I can't have jalebis and I can't have gulab jamuns right now. I really liked how you structured your speech. It was really well thought, and you brought back memories of you being part of your family, and then how you wanted to step away from being a typical Marwadi. So I really like that. The only thing that I would like to add, Tarun, is that maybe next time step away from using the words that you keep on repeating. For example, you said Marwadi way too many times. Maybe you could say my family members, or give an example of a Marwadi next time to make it more cohesive and comprehensive. So good job, Taranjan. I really liked your speech. Aprajita, coming to Aprajita, I liked how she went opposite to the word of the day, enormity being of large scale, but Aprajita spoke about teeny tiny things today. And one of the antonyms of enormity is teeny tiny or tininess. Um, I really liked how she said that you have to dream big, but then, you can also have a small home to go along with her big dreams. Next time, since you're focusing on delivering the idea of tininess or tiny, maybe you can put in more synonyms such as minute, minuscule, or petite. And also, there was this one line that you spoke about your father saying that if you don't dream big, if you don't pursue your dreams, it's a waste of time. Instead of saying waste, which is weirdly negative, maybe you can put in words like unproductive or unachievable or things like that. I'm really happy about Aprajita's teeny tiny dream. And I'm also really happy that this particular pre-charter meeting, we used the word enormity a lot. Shruti used it twice, Jobin used it once, Krishna sent me a message privately and used the word enormity. Harsh used it twice. So I'm really, really happy that, and I used it once in this conversation. Um, I'm really happy that we were able to use it around 10 times today. And yeah, that's all I have for today, guys. Thank you so much. And back to you, Harsh.
Thank you, Rakshana. That was definitely a comprehensive overview of today's session in terms of grammar. Yes, I do have a couple of suggestions for you. You were very well set up with the role and what you have to do throughout the meeting. The one thing that I want to suggest to you is that keep your camera constant and try not to move your chair like a bit, because of that it breaks the contact with the listener over there. So just that, keep your chair at a constant place, and then the connection that will make will be quite better. Moving on, next up is the timer. Ronak, the stage is all yours.
So guys, I've timed everyone's speeches and talks. And first of all, I would like to talk about speaker one and speaker two. Tarun Jain spoke for 3 minutes 56 seconds, which is went within limit. Aprajita spoke for 5 minutes 36 seconds. Then coming to the evaluators, Paresh spoke for 3 minutes 25 seconds. Kind of cut it down a bit about the evaluating. And Manvi spoke for 3 minutes 5 seconds. So both of you can just a little bit work on that. Then coming on to the table topics. The first table topics, Jobin spoke for 1 minute 18 seconds. Harsh, then the second one, Harsh spoke for 1 minute 43 seconds. And Rakshanta and Krishna together did the third one, if I'm not wrong. So I start with Rakshanta. She spoke for 1 minute 25 seconds. And Krishna spoke for 2 minutes 55 seconds. I didn't count the both were clashing with each other. Then coming on, and then again, Rakshanta as a grammarian, she spoke for 2 minutes 40 seconds. Over to you, Harsh.
Thank you, Ronak. Thank you for that. That was like, today no one exceeded the time limits except for a few. That really tells us that we are following our time limit, and then we are on a way of becoming more time efficient. Ronak, one little suggestion to you would be that you were quite hesitant with the role when you started, when you're introducing yourself with the role. Just don't be hesitant. Take a deep breath, and we're all okay. We are all here to learn, and we'll all go home with happy faces, right? And second thing is, put your camera at one single place so that it doesn't stutter a bit. At the start, it was kind of stutterish, but then you took up good pace with it. And as coming on to your role as a timer, you did tell who took what time and what amount of time. But one suggestion would be that next time when you take up the role of a timer, have just a piece of paper ready to share with the screen, so share on the screen so that people can see for themselves as well as right. So
Oh,
there will
I
be a clear
actually
idea
have
for them.
I have an Excel. I was reading from that actually.
Sure. Next time, be sure to just put it up on the screen so that you will have a better understanding, as well as the people who are looking at it can listen to you and understand you better clearly. Right.
Yeah, sure. Next.
Right. With that being said, that was my tag team, and that was all the reports that were supposed to be given at the end. To conclude, I don't have any complaints as such to the meeting. The meeting went fabulous. We all, followed the time rules. We all followed all the necessary guidelines that were to be followed. Just a minute, guys. I'm sorry for that.
Harsh, I just forgot to speak about Jobin as a grammarian. Is it okay if I just say something now?
Sure. Go on.
Yeah, so the thing about Jobin is I love how he speaks. I love everything or however he puts across his ideas and thoughts. The best thing out of that entire speech was he used enormity twice. And the second best thing is that he said revenge is best served cold and then somehow connected it to ice cream. I really loved that part of his speech, and it was something new. Not a lot of people will connect those two things. And Shruti, you as well, you used enormity twice in such a way that I didn't even notice that you used it. It was really well put. So that's all I had to say. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Rakshana. Thank you. Moving on, I have one suggestion for Sergeant at Arms. You had your role quite thorough out. You were enthusiastic throughout the meeting while explaining your role. One thing that could have been done better is the audio. There was a constant background noise that kept coming from your end. So that next time, if that is eliminated, then it was the best you could have taken out of this role. Toastmaster of the day was quite knowledgeable, funny, and very well put together. He had quality content throughout the meeting, didn't let the meeting go, trail wise, and the meeting went well. The Toastmaster of the day did a great job today. The table topics master was enthusiastic, was interactive with the people, and one suggestion that I have for you is you can, play around with your hands and make hand gestures to better communicate with the people that are over there. And since this is a digital meeting, we're not able to, get our postures right. So our hands can do that job for us in an online meeting. That's it for all the role takers out there. As a general comments, there's nothing. We are still on time. We finished it on time, and yes, that's it. I would like to hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Arsh. Our Sergeant at Arms Shruti will be releasing a voting form in the chat below. Everyone, please go ahead and vote for the best role taker and the best speaker. So while that's happening, I have a question for all the attendees. What do you think is the single most great quality in humans that has brought us so far? I will be dropping a clue later, but try and guess this.
Imagination.
Sorry, one at a time.
Imagination, dude.
Imagination, yes. Maybe.
Hunger.
Evolving.
Evolving, yes, but evolving in what? What quality exactly?
Hunger, I would say.
Hunger.
Curiosity.
Empathy.
Curiosity. Empathy.
Patience.
Okay. Yes. Empathy is close. Patience is not close. We don't need to be patient. Thinking capacity, yes. Okay, this is the clue. It's very closely related to Toastmasters.
Communication.
Communication and cooperation. Now imagine if tigers could talk and could rob a house. Who would stop them? Like one day 4 or 5
Mowgli can
tigers
stop
just.
them.
Mowgli can stop them. True. or just imagine, none of the species have the level of communication and the level of cooperation that us humans have. So I think that's one thing that we all take for granted, and I love that Toastmasters helps us communicate better. So if everyone is done with the voting, I would like to say hope you all enjoyed the meeting today, and I'll hand it back over to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Manvi.
Thank you so much, Jobin. I hope you all had a good time. Can we hear it from our guests? How was their experience? Ronak, Thakur, and Chaitanya?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it. It was interactive.
Okay, thank you. Chaitanya?
Yeah, it was very interesting. I really liked it all. I enjoyed it a lot.
I'm very glad that you both enjoyed it. Please get in touch with Harsh and Nishant for membership and roles. And if you want to know more about Toastmasters, you can get in touch with me. Our numbers are on the chat box.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So are you guys ready to know the results? Okay.
Yes.
Shruti, please announce the results.
Hi everyone. I think I'd give another minute for all of you to vote because I still see only a few of you voted. If you have not, please do. I'll give you another minute for that.
The voting is anonymous, so you can also vote for yourself if you took part. Nobody will know.
Yes, if you're hesitant, just select
Thanks for
the.
letting me know.
Oh, then I get one vote.
Yeah, definitely.
Guys, if you're hesitant about voting, just select the second option of everything and just press submit blindly.
May the best speaker win.
May the person who forwarded the link to 5 different groups win.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the results and let you know. It's time for the results, and I congratulate every speaker. I request you to give me a moment to review the votes. All right. So the best speaker goes to speaker number 2, Aprajita. I request all of you to give a clapping emoji or a clap on your video. The best tag team member is the grammarian Rakshanda. Congratulations. The best table topic speaker is speaker 1, Jobin. Congratulations. The best role taker is TMOD Jobin. Congratulations. And the best evaluator is TM Vanmi. Congratulations. Over back to you.
Thank you, Shruti. So before we conclude, I'd like to thank all the mentors who took time out of their schedules to train all our speakers and role takers today. Thank you so much. And before I conclude the meeting, let us all take a quick picture. Can you all turn on your cameras, please? Jobin, Ronak. Okay, can we have some pose? Okay, thank you so much, everybody. And I declare the 8th Precharter meeting closed. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you all. Have a
Rahul, can
nice
you
evening.
please stay back? Rahul, Krishna, Harsh, Nishant.
Yes.
Thank you, Arun. Thank you.
Hi, Rahul.
Hi, Manvi.
Hi, how's your experience? How was the meeting?
I really enjoyed it. It was very fast paced, so I think I just didn't know that 1 hour 15 minutes went by. I think that was really nice, and because I at no place found myself bored at any point, which was a great thing. Because normally when I do participate in Toastmaster meetings, there'll always be a couple of minutes somewhere in between where I'll be like, where I will lose my interest at some point. But I think in this today's meeting, everything happened very well. No delays, nothing. Everything happened one after the other. The speakers and I think the role takers and speakers did an absolute fantastic job, and everyone did a really good job. Now, talking about points of improvement, I have noted down uh, quite a bit for each of, not quite a bit, I would say, quite a bit includes both positive and negatives. It's not like only the improvement points. So I will share this with you, Manvi.
Okay.
You can maybe go through them because, for example, certain things I think can be improved. One thing for especially that should be improved is the timing, the way that you guys show the timing. It shouldn't be something like a paper or a phone that is shown. I think it should be more or less like a virtual background. It would be much better, right? And I
Okay.
think one tip that I can give you is that um, can you see this virtual background now?
Yeah.
Right? Now the timer should not be also here. Okay, he should ideally what he should do is he should cover the camera. When he covers the camera, you see what happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes completely
Yeah.
green. So that is ideally what he should be doing,
Okay.
because that is the best way in an online platform to show the timing cards, right? That
Right.
is one main thing. And secondly, the voting, the voting for the speakers, the speeches, the prepared speeches should happen before the evaluations come up, because the evaluations kind of affect the audience's perception about speeches. So ideally, if you're going to conduct votings, the at least for the speakers, prepared speakers, I would recommend that you have voting before the evaluations come on, because it kind of influences the audience. Apart from that, I have a lot of other very generic points for everyone. I really like the way Harsh did his job. He made a very good effort to give feedback on all the role takers, including the evaluators and his tag team. Great job on that. And I think the grammarian today did a wonderful job. Uh, yeah. So I have few more points, but I will send this to you, Manvi. Go
Sure.
through them. If you have any clarifications, let me know, and I will be so happy to come back here again and probably even deliver a speech sometime over here, because I love the energy of the club, and I think
Thank you.
you guys have a great future, and I wish all of you the very best.
Thank you so much, Rahul. Thank you for your inputs.
Sure,
I'll connect with you whenever you're free.
sure, no problem, no
Also,
problem.
on one more thing, Rahul. So is that you're currently in UAE, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So I'm also currently in UAE, and
Okay.
if I can have your number, so then we can have a one-on-one talk. Well, I have a few things that I need to ask to you regarding the Toastmasters and a bit of things outside of Toastmasters. So if it's
Okay.
possible.
Definitely. No worries. I think Manvi can give you my number. I think she's anyway in touch with me with my UAE number
Yeah.
itself. So I think Manvi, you can just give him my contact, give her my contact.
Sure. Sure, I'll do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rahul.
Thank you
Wonderful,
so much.
wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Okay.
Thank you.
So,
Yes. First of all, mentor Krishna, are you happy with your mentee's performance
Yes,
today?
yes. He outdid
Yes.
me, so I don't have
Do
anything
you
to
have
say.
do you have any areas of improvements for your mentee?
Uh, I don't know if it's an area of improvement. I don't know if this is the right order, but like the moment a role taker finishes his job, and then an evaluator comes and judges him, I think it's a little weird for that fellow. Because I just do my job and someone comes and tells, no, you could have done this better. No, they should say it, but if after all the role takers, if it was done all together, then they won't have that thought in their brain that, oh wait, I just finished my job and immediately I'm evaluated. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe
Um,
this.
yeah, we have different formats of evaluation. Either the general evaluator can evaluate the evaluator right after he's done with his evaluation, or later. That's up to the GE. So we have two formats. That's fine. Anything else that you want to add to his evaluation?
Even the SAA's role, shouldn't the
Hmm.
SAA start the meeting and do all the role checks and thing?
Yeah, but she joined later. It's actually not
Okay.
fixed. Two
It's
things that are not
he,
fixed are SA doing the role check, and second, whenever someone asks if my audio or video is clear, then
yeah,
only one person should answer.
one exactly.
So let that job be done by the TMOD at all
yeah.
times. TMOD will instruct whether audio video is proper. Anything else that went wrong?
Nothing else. I don't think I found anything else. He did a very good job.
Yeah, Jovin was pretty good. Okay. Thank you, Krishna. I'll connect with you later. Okay. Thanks, dude. Bye.
So
Yes,
yeah,
Harsh. Happy with your
बढ़िया
performance?
ठीक ठाक मतलब हो सकता है it could be improved.
Okay.
hey, wait a
I
second.
have a
I
It's
few.
still
was I
recording.
didn't have words
Yeah.